Hello and welcome back to another CK3 tips and tricks video. Today we're going to be discussing raiding. Now what is raiding? It is a mechanic that allows you to get a lot of money and prestige. Now it is only available to tribal characters, and when I mean tribal in the government sense rather than feudal, with a few exceptions. The only exceptions are if you hold the Kingdom of Man and the Isles, or if you have the practiced pirates cultural tradition, which is in the social tab down here, which gets duchy tier and lower rulers could raid overseas regardless of the government, so you can be a feudal. But otherwise it is a tribal mechanic, and this does however mean that if you are a tribal ruler who starts off with holdings that are feudal, for example like Jarl Half down here, you still will be able to raid. But what actually is raiding? What does it entail? Now as we can see here, it all ties down to your martial tree. As you see here in your military tab, you can raise all as raiders, or you can do it directly from the rally point and raise local raiders. That's what we're going to do. Here you have an option of always raid. You can toggle that on and off, basically if you want to pass through a county without raiding, to maybe not annoy the local ruler if they're potentially stronger than you. That is maybe something you may want to do, but we are going to gather up our army of raiders and let's go reaving. Now we are of course going to lead the boys ourselves. Now the Norse are unique in the fact that they can raid overseas, which is an absolutely insane thing to do. Not many people can do that unless you have that practiced pirates cultural tradition. But here you can see in the Longships innovation, unlock the ability to raid overseas. So other tribal rulers will be able to go raiding, but only not overseas. So for example, the Khazar may be able to just raid into Eastern Europe. For example, the Polish Slavyanska may be able to raid, but then will not be able to sail up the major rivers and go and raid, for example, Ireland. But that's exactly what we're going to do now. If I click on this, we zoom in, there are loads of torches around the map. What does this mean? This means that this holding has been recently raided. This is bad because that means there's no point in us raiding it, because we are after the loot of these holders. When you click on a holding, you get this here. Loot is what they potentially have for us to get. Now if we have a look somewhere that hasn't been raided, for example, let's just go to Gotland. Why not? See, they have 19 loot. So if we were to go raid there, we would get 19 loot, which would be absolutely fantastic. Here we can see 12 months worth of loot and the monthly loot. That is how it is all calculated. But we're going to set sail overseas because we are Norse. I'm going to example it a little bit. Let's go to Ireland, as that is probably the most easy place to go raiding in this game. I'm going to put it on 5 speed and just zoom over there as fast as we can. Now because we're going overseas, we are going to pay an embarkation penalty. That's fine. Child no longer present. Fine, cool, whatever. Actually here we are still selected the raiding tree, and we can see that a lot of places have been raided, which is a shame. Dyflin, Kildare, as well as Thomond as well. But we're going to land in Leinster into Loch Garman, and there's 15 raid loot. So let's go there. Now we're going to be coming off the boat. Now this does mean that in terms of advantage, we are going to be recently disembarked, as you can see here, so we are a little bit more vulnerable. But this is our raid. Now it's similar to a siege, only isn't a siege. It will take an amount of time before you actually do get any loot to, well, take on the boats with you. But we're going to do this now, and no, everyone's been swayed. Fantastic. They're fighting over there. We're going to take this now. One of the most profitable ways of getting money isn't just from the raid. I can see there we've got 15 gold from the 15 raid there. Now it is with the army, it's not actually ours yet because it hasn't been added onto our income yet, and we'll have to take it back home to be able to do that. But we'll do that just now. We'll go to Port Lieg up here, and we'll do it again. 27 days left. Now in terms of raid speed, you have progress, you've got raiding soldiers. We've got 18 18 progress because we've got 1800 soldiers. I can see the 1800 soldiers also goes into our raid loot capacity, which is also due to size of army 800, well 185. You can get certain perks and what have you to increase your carry capacity. For example, we have a look at Jarl of Jorvik. Again, he is a reaver, which means the raid speed that we're doing at the moment isn't as fast. You get 100% from that, and the hostile counter attrition again is minus 75%. That is absolutely insane. Now there is a raider trait within the game, because we're Norse, it's called Viking, but if you go a certain amount of raids, you'll be able to get it, and it's just called Raider for all non-Viking or Norse characters. And being able to get this perk is relatively random actually, anywhere between, well, to my knowledge, about 30 to 60 counties raided, and you'll be eligible to get this perk. It seems to be random as to when you do get it, but it's pretty cool and good for roleplay as well. But we're gonna do this raid. We have not got the Reaver perk, and I doubt we'll earn it anytime soon. But that's another one. Now, it is not just castle holdings that you want to raid, but also you can go to bishoprics. Unlike sieging down counties within a war, you can go to target bishoprics as well. Look at that, all that loot, baby. Now we have 39 all taken from that. We've got a bishopric over here, we've got a bishopric over here. Let's go and get them both. That's when we got up through Amflow. Now I want to take a bit of attrition. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever, cool. It's going to hit our carrying capacity a bit, but that is fine. Right now we could go over to there, mate, as well. We're not going to play fight them, unless, yeah, they're in a civil war, but that'll still count. And we're going to get some stuff from that. Fantastic. Now, you know what? Let's head home. We're going to have to pay an embarkation penalty again, but in order to actually get your holdings, you have to go back home and drop them off at your territory. Now, there are lots of really good places to raid, to go raiding throughout the world. Ireland is probably, especially when you are weaker, one of the better places to go because it's quite fragmented. The rulers there are quite weak. But in regards to other places, some like holy places such as Canterbury Cathedral can have a lot, but it has already been raided, so I can't even example that. Cities are also very, very good, usually for having a good amount of money and not very good defenders. But some of the best places in the map are, for example, Rome. Well, of course, it's going to have a lot. It's been actually not. It's been unused farmland. That's a shame, but it's got a nice amount of loot there. But also Byzantium. I know they're quite powerful, quite. But yeah, look at that, 227 loot. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But other places may be less well defended, include the south of Italy, for example, Napoli, very small ruler, but very good amount of money. Salerno as well. Even Benevento, not too shabby. It's always quite fragmented down here. But probably the best place to kind of as a mid-game is probably Venice, which is actually quite a small amount of troops, but it's absolutely loaded in terms of loot. So, and your next campaign, Mediterranean adventure, may very much be worth it. Now let's press play and let's go back home and have a look at all the money that we're going to be bringing back to the Jarldom. Now here we haven't got any money yet. We've only got 165. I'm going to go back home. We've got 56 loot, and then bang, we bring back 56 loot and 56 prestige. So raiding again, I could go straight back out again. It is quite a powerful tool, very powerful mechanic, and especially if you have a good martial character, you can really earn a lot of money. But I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you have found it interesting, and I hope it has helped. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.